Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. All right, so you and I aired this about, I'd say, a month and a half ago, maybe?
Yes.
And I was so impressed with it. I was like, first of all, I used to be a caterer in a restaurant. Part of my job was catering, weddings and things like that. And we would rent these large acrylic pourers, right?
Yes.
What we call party towers.
Right.
We would rent them for $100 a piece for the day.
Wow.
For one day, they would charge us $100 to rent one of these. But they were very popular because they allow people to get whatever type of beverage they want at their leisure. And we are doing it today at a customer appreciation price of $29.95. You see the tiers that you get, so you get multiple tiers. There are two containers with 2 chambers each, so you get 4 chambers. You have ice boxes that are in the middle, so everything stays cold. And let me tell you, this is gonna be a magnet for people. They're just gonna be hanging out at the drink tower.
Well, that's the point.
You could do alcoholic, non-alcoholic, you can do whatever you want.
Well, you're seeing it on the screen. The thing that makes this so amazing is that you've got 2-gallon capacity in 4 separate chambers. So now you can have 4 different drinks. People can help themselves. You're putting the ice in the chambers in the base, and there are little chambers in each one of the layers. So nothing gets diluted, which is so huge. So if you've got coffee, if you're doing iced coffee, you don't have to put the ice in it, and by the end of the party, everybody's drinking something that's just been completely diluted. You're going to be putting chilled beverages in your party tower, and then you're going to put the ice in the separate compartments, and it's just going to stay fantastic for the entire time of the party. Now, you're getting the 2 tiers. Each one sits right on top of the base. In the base is where you're going to put the bulk of the ice, and then when you get it, you're simply going to put the spigots in. And there's a little trick to putting the spigots in. You're just going to line them up really, really tight. And we recommend that you fill it with water just to make sure that the spigots don't leak, and they won't. And then you just go ahead and fill all 4 sections, 2 gallons worth of beverage of whatever you want, and step back and let your guests help themselves. It is a game changer, and it is absolutely essential for entertaining, because you want to be able to enjoy your party and you want your guests to be able to have options, and this is that. And it's the perfect time of year because now all your beverages will be cold and you'll be able to entertain all season long.
You know what I love about it? And I hate to base things on price. I love this idea, but if it was $100, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not going to use it every day. So I love the fact that it's $29.95. And so even if I just use it during the holidays, or if I'm having a get-together, or maybe you're having a wedding reception, or a party with the girls, or whatever it is, you've got something that people are going to be like, wow, that is so cool. You normally would just see this at a catering place.
Well, excuse me. It's true, but what you can do when you're entertaining is you can hold, excuse me.
I got you.
Oh my goodness.
You want to get a drink and I'll go?
What you can do for brunch, you can go ahead and put orange juice or grapefruit juice or any of the different juices like we did here, and then you can use mimosas. Excuse me. What we've got over here by Guy is coffee. Now, you don't want your iced coffee to be diluted.
Your own little coffee bar.
You could absolutely do that. At the end of the table, we have water. Now, when you go to a high-end spa, they put the water out in the lobby, or you go to the lobby of the hotel.
I like the cucumber and mint.
There you go, exactly. You don't have to spend a lot of money to have an entertainment that's absolutely amazing. And it's heavy-duty plastic, by the way. It all fits together super easily. It's easy to keep clean.
Ooh, it's
so
cold.
You can use this for the kids as well. You don't have to worry about having anything break. So this is the perfect time of year. Remember, each of the compartments will hold 1 gallon. You're going to put the ice in the little separate compartments right in the top. You're going to put chilled beverages in here. So you want to keep your beverages cold in the fridge and then put chilled in, because remember, it's not going to chill them, but it'll keep them chilled. And the coolest part is that everything is not going to be diluted. So you're going to be able to have just only whatever beverage you're choosing.
You know what's nice too, Deb, is allowing your guests to serve themselves. You know, when I would do catering, we did a couple different types. We didn't do a lot of sit down, because sit down, a lot of people wanted to have a food station and a beverage station, and they wanted to have flow. And what's nice about this is you're not constantly having to have people go to the bar and they're all crowding around the bar. They can serve themselves. They
Yep.
can take what they want. You could put little labels on there if you want to have it alcoholic or non-alcoholic. You buy 2 of these, you could make one flavored waters. You could make the other one drinks. Think about it for a brunch. Think about it if you're having people over and you want something special. Even if it's like the holidays, you know, and you want to do, you know, something great for Easter, right? You want to do something great for Christmas or whatever, Passover, whatever you celebrate. You've got the life of the party right there.
Well, absolutely, and because it's clear, you can go ahead and put different things. It lends itself to all different colors, particularly for a kid's party. You know, all those juices that they drink, they're blue and they're purple and they're green. They're all different wacky colors.
Yeah.
You can fill this for them and they can help themselves. You're getting the 2 compartments. You're going to fit right on top of one another. You can use 2 or just use 1. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have something that's take one off.
That's all you do. I won't do that because it's full.
Yeah.
But we also have a 3rd tier that we can add.
Yes.
If you want to get the triple look.
Yes, so we do have a 3rd one. So you could simply go ahead and pop that right on the top. So if you wanted to go ahead, now you've got a 3-gallon tier. So just for yourself, if you wanted, maybe you're doing margaritas. You want to have, boom, you've got 3 gallons of margaritas. If you wanted to go do margaritas and blue whales or whatever you like.
3 gallons of margaritas.
That's a party. But if you wanted to do wine, you could do Sauvignon Blanc, you could do Chardonnay, you could do a Pinot, you could do whatever you like. You're in charge, but the coolest part is, well, the coolest part is that your beverages are going to stay cold and not get diluted because you've got the ice in the bottom, you've got little separate compartments in each one of the sections that you're going to put the ice in, so your beverages are not going to be diluted. That's really important. So you're going to be able to give someone orange juice. Let them put ice in if they want, but you're giving them chilled beverages that are going to be absolutely delicious throughout the length of your party.
I was just thinking, you know, it'd be great in there like sangria,
Oh,
right?
course,
Because you
of
want to
course.
show all the fruit. You know, normally you do that in a pitcher, and then you wind up having to make it over and over and over again. And you know what? You could do an iced tea tower where you have
Perfect.
some sweetened, some non-sweetened, some with mint in it, lemon. You could do so many different things. All right. So Rocky is keeping me posted. How many did you say we had left? All right. So we have about 300 left.
Okay.
With everybody that's online ordering, guys, it's $29.95. I mean, I agree with you. Like if this was $99, I'd be like, I'll pass on it because am I going to use it that much? But when you have it, you're going to be so excited when you're like, oh, I'm having people over. I'm doing a brunch. I could do mimosas.
Of course.
I could do just OJ in one.
Absolutely.
I could do another fruit juice in the other. I could do water in one of them because they're different. Each one has its own compartment, so they don't mix all together.
Absolutely, and it's so much more attractive than having pictures, and you never really know. If you've got pictures out there, you really don't know how much is left. This is giving you something that's visually attractive. You're in charge. Mix it up, make it visually beautiful, and remember, you're giving your guests beverages that are going to remain cold. It won't chill them, but it'll keep them cold because the ice is in the compartments and nothing will be diluted. They're just gorgeous and super easy to clean, and you simply go ahead and pop them away when you're not using them, but I can't imagine that you won't be.
Get it home now. We are so busy. Kelly just walked in. I was just looking over there, and what has she got coming up? She's got the peeler coming up. I just think like this because I grew up in a restaurant business, and I know how much it is to try to rent these things and to have it available when you need it for a special occasion. It's not going to be every week, but when you have it, like I said, for $29, just go for it.
Well, this is the perfect time of year. We're going to be having Mother's Day, where there are going to be birthdays, graduations, weddings, all kinds of barbecues. It's perfect for that. Fill it with one beverage or all 4, alcoholic or non. Great for the kids. Remember, this is plastic, so it's great for the kids. They're not going to break any glass.
Rinse it out.
And they can help themselves.
And
Absolutely.
Rocky, our producer, just brought up a good point. He's like, and plus, when you're setting up a bar, it usually takes up so much space because you've got bottles and cans.
Exactly.
What'll happen is 75% of the people that are there are gonna want to drink out of here.
They are, because it's so cool.
And it's very elegant. I feel like more like, you know, like elevated.
You are elevated.
I try. No, I'm not.
Classy
Rocky
guy.
said you're classy. I don't know if I'd go that far.
Yes.
Okay.
The Lazy Susan.
We want to remind you that Deb is coming up in my next hour where we have really good stuff for, not so much food, but we have some great stuff to use around the house. But make sure you grab it. Get this while you can. They're almost sold out. 859-684. I'll see you in just a little bit.
Yes.
All right? And I am going. Ooh, we got more food, Deb.
Okay.